Hey all, welcome back. Man, it's so good to be back. And um yeah, new view here on the camera. We're trying a little something different here. Anyway, so let's get into it. Welcome. Thank you. It feels like forever we've been hanging out here together. So let me get a quick sound check here. I know there's a little delay, and we'll see what the sound check here situation goes. We got a thumbs up. We got thumbs up, thumbs up. So yes, good evening, Siri. Thanks for tuning in there. All right, Nia from My Rum Diaries. If you guys haven't checked out My Rum Diaries, go ahead and make sure you show some love to Nia, excuse me, and her channel there, My Rum Diaries. A lot of great stuff. She's starting to put out some, uh, cranking up the content, and love the is the rum news every month, every week, or Nia? What's the schedule on that? So give me an update. Drinking a delicious dark and stormy with Treaty Oak Texas rum. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. I haven't tried that yet. So anyway, thanks for tuning in here. Like I said, I feel like it's been forever ago that. Oh my god, they're gonna have to deal with this cough here. So feels like it's been forever ago since we've been back actually in the studio here, behind the bar. It's been a interesting couple weeks. It's been hectic. Taking care of other things going on here. We've got family things that we've been doing, vacations, road trips, and I'm not young as I used to be anymore to be doing this kind of stuff. So once a month would not. All right, cool, very cool. Okay, so every Tuesday. So what's going on, Deshaun? Good evening. Sorry, I still have this little lingering cough here. It was a lot worse, to be honest, last week. It was actually, it was starting to get worse. I got this cough last week, and then it just progressed. And then, of course, it probably would have not lingered as long if I wasn't out there going crazy all over. Where in the world is Paul San Diego? But you know what? Let's start off our first part of this here. We're going to start off here with a little bit of something because it's part of the story. It's part of the trip here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with some cocoa rum there. You guys know these guys here. Whoops, and I just friggin' spooched it all over my equipment there. We'll get. I think there's a rag on the floor there. So I'm already. Oh, all right, never mind. She's got to like do limbo to reach down and get the towel here that I've got all set up and off. There you go. All right, there you go. All right. So anyway, sorry about that. Our technical. I have no idea where it went. Anyway. All right. Anyway, so who goes? Who knows? Yeah, Sparks. Yeah, if I blow up my mixer, that's because. So anyway, yeah. So cocoa rum, cocoa vodka here. It's our good friends, Mark. He's been on the happy hour. I think I'm going to try to get him on to do a full episode here. I got a chance to meet him, and well, let's back up here. So let's back up to almost 2 weeks ago, right? So this is the almost the last day of March, which is International Women's History Month here. I think I've been calling it wrong for like 3 years now. I think I've been calling it International Women's Month. I guess it's International Women's History Month. But anyway, so we're celebrating the month anyway, hanging out. And 2 weeks ago, and again, I want a big shout out here. So if you hadn't already checked out the podcast, I think you all have. Our good friend Nia here, who's in the chat, was holding down the fort there. For a couple of the episodes there, she took over the podcast. I think you did a great job, Nia. Some of the best views and listens on the episodes there with Raven and Christiana from Pedro Mandinga. So great episodes there. And so we definitely going to do more. We've talked a little bit about doing a little bit more collaborating and some creativity stuff. So yes, big shout out to Nia there for in My Rum Diaries there. Like I said, she's got some of her own content going on, so definitely check it out there. Rum news every month with her good friend Nani, and that was a hell of a show you guys put on. That was like a marathon episode there. So good kudos to you there. But yeah, so our 2 episodes there, and where did we first start? Okay, yes, we first started where we were doing our live, our 2, 3, I don't know however many long ago it was, happy hours ago. We had Raven, the guest, one of the guests that Nia had interviewed, Raven Lynette, freelance model. Again, interesting story. Um, you know, uh, Her story about not caring what people think about her modeling and what she does, and very self empowering. But that happy hour If you checked in, I know it was maybe a little bit underproduced, I guess I'll call it that. It was basically on my phone with Raven, and while we were at the hotel at an event with the kids, they are into robotics. So we were in Orlando last weekend for the robotics competition, or 2 weekends. I don't know. It's gone goodbye too fast. And then, so I got a chance to do it. I didn't want to kind of blow off the happy hour, so that's why we kind of still trying to do something. Plus, it was the day before St. Patty's Day, so at least I did drink some Guinness. So at least I felt like I did at least check the box. As weak as it was, I did check the box for St. Patty's Day. Didn't have any green beer. Again, we had a lot of hecticness. That was a long weekend. But yeah, it was a fun weekend at the UCF arena there with the kids doing that. And then we went home, and then a couple days later, me and the boys came back to Orlando. So we went and did our Universal trip, hung out there, went to the water parks. So some of those videos you may have seen us in the crazy lazy live river and Universal's Volcano Bay. So we really had a good time. Get a chance to get out of the house and do a little something. We have passes, so we're fortunate that we're close enough to do that. So anyway, so let me take a sip first. So that was Wednesday. We got back home. I got a text message from our good friend Mark, from Coco Rum, Coco Vodka, that he was gonna be in town and he had something for me, and either he was gonna ship it or if I was gonna meet up with him. And I said, well, this coming weekend now, I'm gonna be somewhere else and I won't be around. But he goes, well, meet up Thursday night. So Thursday night, it was an invite to go down to Miami and meet with him and his co not co co-owner, yeah, his co-owner, with him partner, Abby, and who owns the Coconut Rum. And they had an event down there. They were part of. They were promoting their products. It was an event where Dead Mouse was performing. It was, I guess, a music week in Miami. Nia might know better than I exactly what's going on there. Um, it was crazy. A lot of people, a lot of stuff. I mean, like I said, I'm getting too old for this stuff. It was great that I was, invited. We were drinking cocoa rum, cocoa vodka cans all night. Had a great time. Me and my buddy, good buddy Billy Melger, took him down with me, high school buddies, and we had a great time. Two old guys around a sea of young people, and like I said, we definitely felt out of place, but we enjoyed it. Hey, we don't care. We were enjoying it, having a great time, hanging out there, listening to the EDM music, and supporting. Right, I love. I can't say no. But of course, because I can't say no, and it's a trip to Miami, I have a 7 o'clock flight out of West Palm Beach. Okay, so I live here in Jupiter, which is, we'll just call it the West Palm area. Miami, where this was at, was little over an hour, let's say down 95. And if you tuned in last Thursday, that was a short episode because that was me doing the happy hour in a car with no drinks. But that was my buddy Billy driving down 95, probably doing 95. So anyway, that you saw a little South Florida driving in I-95 on that episode last week. But again, we wanted to make sure you still at least had a little update what was going on. So we go there, we hang out. Like I said, had a great time. I have a 7 o'clock flight back in West Palm, so that's at least very early. Got to be at the airport 6. We get back to West Palm about 3:30. I drop him off. I go to the airport, sleep in my truck for about an hour. Alarm goes off. 6 o'clock. Let's get on the airplane. Let's do this. I'm gonna sleep on the airplane anyway, right? Again, granted, I've already been have this upper respiratory infection going on, and I'm on the plane, and I forgot a mask, so I'm probably gonna die now because I didn't wear a mask on the plane. But anyway, I'm still here. But did you die? No, I didn't. So you probably again follow that. You know that I did on this trip travel to Sandy, Oregon to see our good friends at Just Rum for an event they had this past weekend, which we'll talk a little bit more about as well too. Had a great time. It was cold. It was you know really great to kind of see John Hasbrook, the owner of Just Rum, their new tasting room that they have there, the distillery, the tasting challenge that they had that night on Saturday against another product. And again, it was just great to go and see that. That's exactly the the concept I've always loved and want to do is do this kind of travel. I know Nia does a lot of travel as well, and she covers a lot of that things. It's just like, for me it's maybe um the music and travel, right? Again, that's always I talk about, right? So again, love the odd opportunity to go ahead and travel, um, so forth. So hey, I got a passport. If anybody wants to take me anywhere, and do some rum coverage, we'll definitely do that too. So yeah, and then get right back, and I went right to work on Monday morning, and again, I'm totally wiped out. I've been fighting this cold, travel, the red eye back to the East Coast. I had a screaming baby. I had a kid behind me kicking my seat. You gotta love traveling, and that plane was packed out of Portland. The red eye flights was like crazy busy. I guess there's not very many options to come back east. I guess other than super early at 6 a.m. or 10:50. So I really was 1 o'clock our time nearly. So, but anyway, enough about that. That was in a nutshell what we've been up to. That's what we got going on. So, what are you all drinking tonight? I see Nia had already mentioned she was drinking some dark and stormies made with some Texas rum. Excuse me, some Texas rum. Um, so Siri, what do you got there? And Sean, what do you? I know Sean's gonna have to have something. I'm just trying to look at the chats there. So, um, and speaking of that, so I know recently, since we probably last been in the studio here, Siri, she got finally, I think, she received her winnings from the bingo. So again, if you guys want to play bingo tonight, we're gonna go ahead and play during the show. Uh, at some point here, we'll probably do it towards the end. And again, if you guys want to jump in, either become a Patreon member there, the entry level, it's just $5. And then if you want to, or if you don't want to become a Patreon member, there's a Cash App up in the corner there. You can scan with your phone, and yeah, just it's minimum $3 just to get in. Again, it just helps cover shipping the stuff out, the stuff I get from the different companies, the vendors, etc., and just kind of re send it out through you guys as prizes and so forth. So so Charlie, when you do me a favor, can you go out to my truck in the passenger side floor? There's a bag, so on the floor. Huh? Well, no. So anyway, so yeah, so oh, she's complaining because she doesn't have a drink right now. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna try to finish this cocoa. It was really neat seeing, like I said, seeing Mark, and again, really excited to see how much they've grown. They've done a lot of marketing. They've done a lot of promoting. They've really gone into it, and that's one thing. Seeing other brands that who've either been on the happy hour or the podcast, at their different levels, and how much involvement they want to be or how much promoting they want to be. Yeah, social media does play a big part of it. The brand, it's the new way to make commercials is through this stuff here. So hot butter rum series says, all right, she said, howdy, just had a vodka club but a few margaritas at dinner. All right, Ron. Thank you, Ron. All right. Ron is ready to go for this. He's already been happy houring already. He's a couple drinks in there. And I got to talk to Ron about something here too. Something that's coming up this weekend we want to talk about. I'll show you in a minute here. The shirt that I'm wearing. And excuse me, man, a lot of carbonation here. Um, so yeah, so again, if you want to play bingo, just let me know in the chat and I can send you the links or however you need to get in on it. And and then again, I know a couple of you are already in uh, uh, part of the Patreon members, so I'll send you guys your link here in a little bit. We're just gonna play straight up bingo. I was gonna try to do an Oregon version. Our good friend Cole, Robert Cole, over the Just Drinking, he did a couple questions cards for the event last week in the Just Rum Distillery, where he was interviewing people and asking them about um, Oregon questions. Oregon Trail, right? We all learned about the Oregon Trail in so real quick here, we'll show you what we got here tonight. Again, I want to appreciate and I want to thank the guys from Cocoa Vodka, Cocoa Rum here. Big shout out to these guys here. So we do have some stuff that they have provided for us here. So again, you got to be in it to win it. And again, don't have to be a Patreon member if you don't want to go fully into it. If you just want to pay as you go, just jump over there in the Cash App. just let me know you did, and I'll check and then send you the link and all those things. So, again, so these are some pretty cool hats here. Mark and like I said, I really appreciate Mark and Avi for sending these over here. So we've got some cocoa rum hats. Isn't that fucking cool? Isn't that really cool here? They get sent us over a hat, koozies here. I know that it's looking backwards on the screen, but because the camera is, I'm using front facing cameras. And then I guess one of those towels, or I guess it's one of those, I don't know, keep you, neck warm or whatever. But that is pretty damn cool there, right? So again, there's few of you I know are definitely playing tonight. So again, if you guys like this stuff here, just hit me up again. If you want to just do cash up, you don't want to become a Patreon member, just hit me up on $3 there minimum on the Cash App, and that's it. That's how you get it into here. So again, it helps cover because I have to mostly mail the stuff out. It helps with the covering the mail. And but speaking of that, Siri, have you made any baking goods yet with your vanilla, right? Because I know you finally got your pack of vanilla. You were running low, and I finally got the vanilla out to you that we were making there. So I've not made anything with the vanilla yet. I'm trying to decide what vanilla to make the right items. Okay, that's fair because you definitely got a wide selection of different. So did you open all of them? Did you give a smell? How did they? If you did, give me what's your thoughts on the different types of based on the smell an aroma, which ones do you think is going to be interesting to make if you've already done so? Sean, the last drink I made was a crop top tiki drink that had a vanilla syrup. Ooh, that sounds pretty interesting. So, all right, all right. So yeah, so let me know, guys. Listen, we'll come back to this whole bingo thing here in a minute. Here, and like I said, somebody was already complaining that they don't have a drink. So I think it's maybe time to jump over to our cocktail cam here. So let's see what we got going on here. Okay. All right. So what we've got here. Oh, see, now you can see the shirt here. So let me go ahead and go Owls, right? So again, it's Final Four, right? The Owls, FAU are my FAU Owls. I graduated in 2011. I went back to school and got my undergrad, and I'm actually an alum. So I know Ron is also he is a little mixed because I don't know if FAU wins and the University of Miami because they're in it also. If they win, Ron, who are you going to root for? Are you rooting for the Owls or are you rooting for the Canes? Because Ron went to both schools here in South Florida, but it's amazing. This whole South Florida is going crazy right now. Our oldest is going to be going to FAU. He's coming in as a freshman in the fall, which is really going to be cool. Again, there's a whole big buzz that's going to go on. So anyway, we'll see what's going to happen there. But yeah, go Owls. Yeah, I think they got a really good chance here to win this game coming up here against San Diego State. So anyway, so let's make to some drinking, some cocktails here. Let's move some things out of the way. All right, so there we're going to make historical grog. And I know it says right there, dark navy rum, right? 4 ounces of water, an ounce of fresh lime juice, some brown sugar, and a half spent of the lime shell. Okay. So the reason why we're making this is because this is one of the cocktails. The historical grog is on the menu for. Let's see if we can change this. There we go. So the historical grog is something on the menu at the Just Rum Distillery there, and the guy who comes up with the cocktails there, Dave, he's got a lot of great knowledge. I told him, I said, I need to have you on because I think he's part of like the tiki culture, the tiki scene up in the Portland area. Knows a lot of history and stuff. And he kind of helped design their drink recipe, and this is one of them was more, I guess, the historical kind of version of the grog here. So these are the same ingredients there they had listed on their menu. I did have to look up just to make sure how to make it. But I'm going to go ahead and give this a try here and so forth. So again, so I've already kind of started to squeeze some limes here, and I'm going to have to. The first lime that I had, was not as juicy, not as huh? Oh, I don't know. You supposed to roll it? Well, who didn't? Nobody told me that. Oh well, too late. Too late. Let's see. Do I have enough now? All right, one more. We're gonna do one more here, okay? Because I'm gonna make it two. I make it two serving because I didn't want to hear anybody complain that. Quarter. All right. All right. So there's our 2 ounces that we've got there. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do is add our brown sugar. All right. So we're gonna make this here. All right. And this calls for a where was it? A half, 1 teaspoon. All right. So we got our one. Geez, we already got kind of all crusty and solid and stuff. Is it just humid in here, or are you just happy to see me? Okay. So we're calling two. Remember, we're making a twofer, 2 parts, and then okay. All right, there we go. There's that. Okay, and then what we're gonna do? An ounce of water. Well, that's the part I forgot. Oh no, hold on. I've got water right here. All right. So we're calling for two, and these are so that's 2 ounces of fresh, 1 ounce of the fresh into the cocktail shaker. Okay. Remember, we're making a 2-part serving here. Okay. Into the cocktail shaker and stir until the sugars dissolve. Okay. Look, even you can do this too. I'm not quite sure. What does a coctologist mean, Nia? That's a new one. That's a new one. A coctologist, isn't that? That should be a shirt. That should I could. That's the after. That's the after show. That definitely should be a shirt. I think that might have to be a new Drums and Rums shirt right after the OnlyFans shirt there. All right, so now it calls for the rum here. 1 ounce of dark navy rum. We're not going because again, like we said, this is part of it here. But what they called for was their oak. So this is what it is. Which camera? Which camera should it be here? This one here? Look at that. This is the Just Rum Oregon Oak, aged 3 years. This is one of their new releases here. So, let me take this out. Let me make some room here. All right, make some room. So here we go, guys. So you can see it, all its glory here, right on display. Okay, and a nice red baggie. All right. And all right, so against the little touches here that they've got here, and again, it's their challenge coins that they include in all of their bottles there. This is the red challenge coin there for this release. So there we go. So having just one I just brought back, and I always forget. I'm like when I'm traveling, I'm like every time I say I'm gonna grab some booze and some rum. I'm like, oh wait a minute, I have to figure. I can't check it. I can't bring it on. So it's going to cost you an additional $30 to check your bag and so on and so forth. But this is Oregon Oak, aged 3 years. This is 114 proof. So get ready. Now, let's say she said that she wanted a drink, so she's going to get one. And here we go. Okay. All right. Now, this is calling for 1 ounce each. Okay. So it's going to be two. So again, if you don't know the story, we met John. We met Just Rum two 2 years ago. What year now was that? 2021 at the Miami Rum Renaissance Festival in down in Miami, and he was there. They were also there this past in 2022. Super great. And again, he's got a really great story. He's been working at it, and the whole story how it all started out with his uncle's uh, keg distillery. that he got, that he started making some stuff. Check out the podcast if you haven't, or the video version too. We've got that covered over on the YouTube. So, all right, pour your rum, the rest of your water. 4 ounces. So now we just need 3 ounces of water. It seems like an SAT question here. So, all right, so that's our 2. And I guess we just have to put, okay. All right, total. There we go. 4 total. Okay. All right, and then adding enough ice to show above the water liquid. Okay. So, make sure. All right. There we go. Yeah, I should have shake vigorously for around 15 seconds and strain into a rocks glass filled with crushed ice. Okay. Process it. Oh, that's a good thing. It's just water. Okay. Okay. All right, here. It's gonna be another night where I'm gonna have to clean the bar mats. All right, so let's count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, there. Why do I always forget how to? I'll tell you that stuff. Frothy. All right. Let's just throw your limes in there to keep the scurvy away. And there you go. Now at Just Rum, they actually were served it with those little wheels, that little dehydrated. I don't know if it's a lime wheel or something, but anyway. So, cheers. Now again, I know you're not used to the the wood, their wood and their flavoring there. You can taste their wood, right, in the oak, right. It's not as sweet, right? Maybe I didn't have put as much, but so cheers. There's our cocktail there of the week. Our cocktail cam there. Cheers, John. Thank you for the hospitality there while we're out there. Man, it looks very dark in this corner here. Yeah. We gotta get better lighting on this one here. But yes, cheers. Thanks for there. So try it out. Check it out there. Just Rum. So cheers. All right, there's our historical grog. Yeah, the grog. I mean, it was tasty. It was like you can sit there and drink it and drink it and drink it and get really. Again, it's 114, right? 114 proof. So, excuse me. All right, so let's see what we got here. So I think we'll go ahead and get ready to jump back here to, our camera. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. Oh, because I was moving angle this way. There we go. So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in there. Hey there, Tinter for Life there. Thanks for tuning in there tonight. There, welcome to the show there. So we've just made our drinks there. I know. I watch the show. He says they're always teaching the restaurants. You got it when you're making a cocktail. Make sure you're shaking, right? You're supposed to be having a good time, right? Shake, shake, shake. the cocktail shaker and smile, right? Like you're having a good time. So thanks Siri for pointing that out there. So again, if you just joined us here, if you want to hang out and play bingo tonight, we got some bingo going on here for some prizes. And what's going on, Billy? So yeah, we were just talking about the our trip there. So again, Tinter for Life there in the chat is my partner in crime that night here there. So there, Billy, did you go to the store and find some the cocoa rum and cocoa vodka there? We were excuse me, we were just talking about it there. So yeah, so Billy was my partner in crime that night. We had a great time there, high school buddies, going on there. So, um, yeah. So again, if you want to play bingo, just Cash App or become a Patreon member, and hit me in the comments if you have any questions about that before we get to the end of the show when we do our bingo there. Again, I think you saw some of the cool stuff there. We got some cocoa rum hats there, your koozies, and so forth. So again, you got to be in it to win it, so forth. So anyway, I think we'll go ahead and jump into yeah, let's just jump into our story here again. We're going to go ahead and tell you about our What the Florida segment.
This just in. Breaking news about this week's Florida man. Now here's Paul Robertson.
All right, here. So we've got our Florida segment here, our Florida, segment here. We love our state of Florida here. So we're going to tell you about the story here. Again, we're still celebrating Women's History Month here, so why not make sure we're also giving some love to the Florida woman. But in this case, this is not just Florida man or Florida woman story. This is a Florida thruple story. So yes, Florida couple, and of course I spelled it wrong there, Florida. So let's make sure we'll change that real quick there. Looking at the magic of the internet. I think maybe. I think I can fix this, right? I think I can. All right, give me a second here and I can. Technology, right? That's how quickly we can make fixes. If I can type. Oh my God, dude. I gotta stop hitting the shift key when the caps lock's on. All right, there we go. 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 All right, there. So let's get back into our story here. Our Florida thruple. All right. March 9th. Threesome goes bad. Couple ends up in cuffs. This is a lovely story here. Okay. Make sure your children are not in this room because I'm reading this article from the Smoking Gun, and there might be some words that I may say that may offend you. Okay. But again, it's 8 o'clock and your kids should be in bed already. Here we go. Amid recriminations about a little dick and a stank pussy, a sexual threesome dissolved into a violent encounter that resulted in the two of the participants, a woman and a man, in handcuffs, but not the fuzzy pink kind. According to arrest reports, the threesome occurred early Monday at a residence in Marathon in the Florida Keys. The home's occupants, Stephen Lopez, 31, and Angela Vasquez, 20, told police they were in an open relationship and had invited Della Draper, 29, over to have sexual intercourse. Lopez said he met Draper while driving for a Marathon taxi service and gave her his Facebook information. Lopez and Vasquez told cops that while the trio was having sex, Draper became extremely disrespectful, prompting the couple to request that she leaves the residence. According to Draper, she became upset when Lopez and Vasquez tried to dominate her sexually inside the house. Draper told police that she told Stephen he had a little dick and his wife had a stank pussy. And arrest report notes. Physical confrontation ensued, with Draper alleging that she was punched and he had her had her hair pulled, and was thrown outside. As she drove away from the home, Draper added, a cinder block was thrown through the rear window of her Nissan Altima. This gets good. Lopez and Vasquez said that when Draper, seated on the couch, refused to leave their home, they forcefully removed Draper by picking her up and placing her down outside the front door of the residence. Draper then got in her car, the couple alleged, and drove the vehicle backwards towards the home's front door where Lopez and Vasquez were standing. After the auto struck Vasquez's left leg, Lopez says he threw the cinder block at the Nissan. Draper then exited the car, Vasquez told police, and swung a closed fist at her, but missed. Vasquez added that she was responding by punching Draper in the face. Vasquez, Lopez, and Draper are pictured above, top to bottom. Police, well, again, not in the way you look at it here on the screen. Police charged Lopez with a felony for throwing a cinder block. Damn, that's pretty aggressive. So he got charged with a felony. Wow. While Vasquez was hit with a misdemeanor battery account for allegedly striking Draper. While Lopez bonded out of jail, Vasquez remains in custody and may be facing additional criminal charges since she told police that she's currently on probation and was not allowed to leave the state of Connecticut. Whoopsie. Draper, a mother of two who works as a housekeeper, was not charged in connection with the March 6th threesome, but Draper was arrested yesterday for felony aggravated battery for allegedly striking another sexual partner in his face with a glass vase partially filled with gravel and rocks. These people know how to party. Leave it to the keys. The alleged attack early Wednesday came after what a witnesses described as a threesome in Draper's Grassy Key residence. The 31-year-old male victim, identified by cops as the father of Draper's children, suffered superficial lacerations, swelling, and redness in the left side of his face and the interior of his upper lip. At the time of her March 8th arrest, Draper was free on bond in connection with her bust last year for battery on a law enforcement officer, possession of drug paraphernalia, tampering with evidence, and resisting police. As detailed in a July 2022 arrest report, Draper was a passenger in the SUV that was spotted swerving on a marathon roadway. After the vehicle, which was being driven by a 39-year-old friend of Draper's, was pulled over, Draper allegedly tried to dispose of an open bottle of tequila. That's where she went wrong, right? Why are you drinking tequila? She also reportedly scuffled with cops who reported finding drug paraphernalia beneath Draper's seat. While Draper and her friend was arrested on DUI count, were being driven to the Key West jail, they began engaging in romantic activities in the rear of the police cruiser, according to court records. Cops reported that Draper, whose hands were cuffed in front of her, was fondling and kissing her friend. An officer then stopped the car and handcuffed Draper with her hands behind her back. Draper reportedly responded by pulling the rear of the bathing suit to the side, asking the officer, "Do you want to see my asshole?" That is probably the most craziest story I've read so far out of all of them. This by far has taken the cake on all of it. Oh my god. This has got crazy. Again, I'm not. I have to look at the pictures here. Hold on, which one is which here? Because if you look at them, which one has the crazy eyes? Right, that's the one I guess you got to worry about here. I'm assuming the girl in the middle is Draper. Hold on, let me read this here. Oh my god. Okay, Vasquez, Lopez, and Draper. There you go. Yes. So the girl at the bottom, the girl in the middle of the picture there, man, she wow. Yeah, that's well, here's to you, Florida thruple. You know, you keeping interesting things interesting in the Keys. And you never a dull moment. This is the one of the best stories I've read so far about any type of. I know it's not purely Florida man story. It's not purely a Florida woman story or women's story, but definitely it's got to be the best story I think I've read so far. Even with the guy getting his arm bitten off by an alligator and swimming across climbing through the forest there. So I don't know, man. So yes. So here's to you, crazy sectional cinder block throwing party, drugs, tequila drinking in the Keys. I can't top that. I thought I had a crazy weekend there last week in Miami and driving, early in the morning. This takes the cake there. So be on the lookout for her, because she's probably going to tell you that you got a small dick and your girlfriend or significant other's got a stank pussy. So stay away from her. She's nothing but trouble. Unless you're looking for trouble, she's your girl. So there you go. So there you have our Florida crazy story of the week. I definitely need a drink after that one there. So, oh my gosh. So, oof, wow. That's definitely a good one. So anyway, so yeah, so that's what we got kind of going on here. With our story here, our Florida story here. That's probably takes the best of it here. So again, if you're just joining in here, we're going to be doing bingo here at the end of the show here. So I'm going to send those of you who are already Patreon members over your links here to play. I guess we'll kind of go ahead and get started here. So all right, let me see here. Where's our members? All right. Let me pull up our page here. So, I don't know. Let me see. Is Ron still in the chat? Hey, Ron, let me know if you're still in the chat. All right. Or at least I'll send it to you over in Messenger here. Okay. 1 second. 1 second. Oops. That's not what I wanted. It's not individual. There we go. There we go. All right. Did you want to play? It just means that you can't win then, right? All right, here we go. Again, if you guys want to play, again, we've got some cocoa vodka prizes. Again, big shout out there to those guys. And again, if you're looking for this stuff, that's the one thing is I really get excited to see how well some of these brands are going. Um, you know, this is available at least I know here in our area. This is available in ABC. So I'm sure if you got an ABC store or even a Total Wine, or even go to the website, I'm sure you can get it. Again, they've got some new flavors coming. They have a mojito coming out soon, so I heard about that. So I told them, I said I want to be the first to try that one out. I know they have their special limited edition Dead Mouse can that they had come out too. That's a limited edition, which was funny. Again, believe it or not, so I'm just looking at Charlie and tell her the story because she knows it. But so we were on a cruise ship. I think you all remember maybe back in January. It was a Pirate Heads cruise ship here out of West Palm, and we had friends on there. They had a brand, and it was the Bellini Bubbly. So you probably remember Bellini Bubbly. So they had some product on the ship. They were supposed to do an event there, give out some samples, so on and so forth. Well, apparently the Bellini Bubbly was on the ship. Nobody seemed to know where it was at, and it took, like, until the next day for them to finally find wherever the pallet of the you know right, well, I don't know. Well, same thing. They get there, and they were like, "Where are the cans?" They're trying to find these special edition cans, which are probably pretty valuable considering they're at an EDM show. It's Dead Mouse cans, it's collectible and all these things, and they couldn't find it. I finally asked, so they finally did find them after we left, after Billy and I left. They did actually find the cans. So, but yeah, so kind of crazy there. So, all right, Ron. All right, Siri. I sent you over your links. Let me know if you got them either here in the chat or over on the messenger there. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here. Let me get this rolling again. One last call here. If you're interested in playing, just let me know before we get started here. If you guys are interested, again, we've got some of our stuff here from Cocoa Rum there, some hats and some koozies, and we'll figure out some other stuff too there. Maybe we'll see what we can find and we throw in there. So again, maybe it's a local winner, or maybe it's somebody near or far. So all right. So again, we're gonna go ahead and start again. If I don't hear you speak now, forever hold your peace. Got it. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go ahead and start playing here. That's the card. No, 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 no. That's not what I wanted. All right, call the game. Here we go. All right. I think I can figure this out, right? Uh-oh. Hold on. Where's the device here? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right. Now we're gonna start the game. Here we go. All right. Oh. All right. First number is 069. 069. Here, guys. Give me a sec here. I think I may have to resize. I'll show you the call signs here. Here we go. Okay, will this work? This is actually pretty cool. This actually works this time. 1 second, folks. 069. All right, next number is B3. B3. All right. Next is I-28. I-28. I guess I can try to clean this up a little bit more. All right. Next is B5. B5. All right. Just tell me if I need to slow down because I think you guys will be able to keep up. Next number is B7. B7. All right. So again, thanks for tuning in tonight. For those, hopefully you're still hanging in here with us, enjoying the happy hour, enjoying our cocktails, just again hanging out with us, playing the bingo, and yeah, appreciate it. A good Friday night here. I know we're a little bit over our half an hour, but we did go extended here. So what? Friday night, Thursday, Friday Eve. That's what it was. Friday Eve. That's what we call it. Next one is N44. N44. All right, Siri or Ron, do you have any of these numbers so far? Hopefully this is actually working. Clean this mess up. Where's the bar back? Where's the bar back? Got to clean all this stuff up here. I think the bar back is me. It's me. Anyone see John Wick yet? I know that just came out last week there. Anyone see John Wick? All right. Either Ron and Siri are very focused on their bingo cards because they have not responded to tell me if they've got any of these numbers. You guys got any numbers yet? All right. We'll keep going. Speak now, forever hold your peace. Next one is N45. N45. All right. Only one so far. Yes. Okay. There you go. All right. All right, folks. Next one is 064. 064. 064. I might have to make another drink before we get to the end of and all right, so only one. Oh. All right, next one is B12. B12. B12 shots, right? Is that what it is? B12? Is that a B12? Next is G53. G53. Oh, there's a lag in the chat. Yeah. There's a lag in the chat, and I guess there's a lag in the chat and the video is quicker. All right, I'll slow down. I'll slow down then. Okay. All right. All right. Here we go. If you guys are ready. I-30. 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 Okay. I'm wondering while we're waiting here, I want to see what who the over. I would have probably assumed that FAU is probably the favorite. Basketball odds. Hey, Ron. So, start of the season, the Owls were 2,500 to 1 to win the whole thing. So, obviously, was not on anybody's radar. All right, so let's see here. All right, let's the next one here. Let's see basketball odds. Okay, so next one is N35. N35. Here we go. Wow. So FAU is given 2.5 points on this. So they are the favorite. Miami. Or I don't know. I don't know. I don't bet. So if it says spread is plus 2.5, does that mean that they're giving 2.5? Because if that's the case, that means they're right now Miami is the favorite 5.5. UConn is minus 5.5. Miami's okay, so it must be that means that they're getting. So they're saying that San Diego State is that right? San Diego State is the favorite? What? I don't know about that. Oh, I don't know about that. All right. All right, here we go. Next number is 075. 075. Let me see here. Where's the go back? Let's find a page NCAA odds USA Today. All right. FAU. Okay, so they're the over. You sure about UConn is expected to win by 5? Okay. So that's what so they're minus the over under. Okay. So that means that if I'm reading that right, Ron, that means San Diego State is also favored. I mean, I know they were ranked higher than FAU, but okay. I don't think so. All right, here we go. UConn is expected. Okay. Next one up here is. Did I already say G30, G58? No, I'm not keeping track. All right, so G58, and I'm going to go ahead and do it again. B11. B11. Siri says she's got 4 numbers, and I enjoy JW4. I'm not sure what JW4 is. What is JW4? What is JW4? My eyes are getting sleepy. Wow, are you kidding me? San Diego State's favorite? That's freaking unreal. Hey, where are you watching the game? You watching the game anywhere Saturday? All right. All right. Next one here. So we got B11. Next one up is B6. B6. All right. B6. B6. Oh, John Wick. Oh, duh. Sorry. I should have known better. Was that date night? JW4? I was just curious if it was date night. All right. So, all right, here we go. So, I know I was gonna take the kids. I don't think Charlene would see that as date night material. So, but I think we're all excited to go see the Mario movie. So that comes out not this week, but the following week, the 5th. But there's something else that comes out on the 5th too. Another big movie. Damn, I don't remember now. But anyway, there's another movie that comes out on the 5th here too. Front row seats on my couch. Yes, Dark Knight. Ah, look at you guys. All right, next call here is B14. B14. Yeah, I'm missing something with mine. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out there. So, but it was interesting. There's a little bit of the water. That's an interesting cocktail. I don't know if I've ever put actually water in it. Is it Dark Night or Date Night? Yeah, we play. What are you talking about? We have Dark Night. Huh? Yeah, yeah. She's in a thruple dart game going on over there. All right. Anyway, next call here. N39. N39. Date, not dart. Did you dart on your date night? N39. N39. Let's see if this. No. Actually didn't work too much. Trying to play with some lighting over here. A little bit better? No, not really. Not really. Not really. Not really. Maybe I gotta change the filter on this. Anyway, so N39. Anybody there yet? Anybody there yet? All right. Next number is N32. See, folks, this is why if you join and play the bingo with us here, this games won't go on as long with only 2 people playing. So come on and join, hang out here, win some stuff, and yeah, we'll as we grow, our prizes will get nicer. And I mean, again, some free stuff, right? Some some shirts or the vanilla or I think we did have some wine or beer that we did give away a couple times. But yeah, so definitely check that out there. So, all right, so N32. N32. All right, here we go. We're going to move on to the next one here. B8. B8. So, yep. There you go. Go Owls. Woohoo. All right. B8. B8. All right. G46. G46. Fantastic prizes, the series says. Yes, fantastic prizes. All right, G46. G46. So, all right, there, folks. Let's see what we got here. So again, I totally forgot to talk about. I should have probably talked about this sooner. Was for those of you who are interested in rum, definitely join us. I got a little different off schedule here. But this Sunday at noon Eastern time, so that's 12 p.m. Eastern time, 11 a.m. Central time for Siri, and if you're in the UK or somewhere in Europe, 5 p.m. in London and 6 p.m. in Paris, we are joined. This is actually going to be pretty cool. I'm not sure how it's going to go. It could be a total shit show, but I think it's going to be kind of really interesting. So I met this gentleman at the Miami Rum Congress back in February. He's involved. He has his own rum. He's a blender. He's involved in a lot of different aspects of rum bottling and blending. He is Nud Strand, and he is actually in Paris. He's going to be at the Paris Rum Festival. So we're going to do a live stream with him from the Paris Rum Festival. He's going to bring a few folks on. He's going to talk about the event. He's going to talk about some rum. And we're going to see if we can kind of get him in and out at right at 1:30 for about I think a good hour and a half should be definitely good enough for people to pop in and out. And I think because I do actually have to tape another episode afterwards with a drummer coming up, which is going to be really cool. So, but if you guys didn't notice, I did miss this week. I didn't release an episode on the podcast. Just been a lot of business going on. Just couldn't pull it off. Just couldn't get another guest on the show there. For it though. But sometimes you just kind of have to come. I've kind of gotten past a whole year's worth plus of getting an episode in every week for over a year, and then until the hurricanes hit, as you guys remember, and I just just couldn't do it right. But this time I was got a lot going on and just wasn't too as worried as I was last time. But anyway. Hey, it's Eastern time. I have to drive an hour west to hit. Oh, so you're on the East Coast. Oh, how does the time zone even work? Well, I mean, I guess you're like Florida. Florida has 2 time zones also. So, yeah, Pensacola is on the Central time zone. 074. 074. Okay, that's our next number there. 074. So, yeah, so tune in Sunday. Like I said, I think it's gonna be really interesting. Just kind of seeing a perspective of a rum festival that's in Europe they had different kinds of rums that they enjoy. Obviously, palates are different when depending on where you are in the world. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Like I said, I'm not sure what to expect. So it's actually going to be, I think, kind of real interesting there. So tune in there, pop in there, noon Sunday. Just kind of get a little listen there. Ask some questions again if you're interested in some of this stuff. I know some may not be hardcore rum enthusiasts, but yeah, I think it's some interesting stuff. Perspective somewhere else around the world. And so one to go, Syria's one to go. Ron, where are we at here? Syria's knocking on the door here. She's knocking on her Eastern time zone door here. All right, here we go. Here's the next number. B13. 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 All right. B13. Oh, the battery's almost going to die on the stick here. So, oh, that's right. One last thing we totally forgot to talk about, and we didn't get a chance. We should have talked about sooner. Was we have some? What was this? Pineapple coconut rum cake that we made. Yes, I was involved. I poured the booze that we made with some coconut cartel. So there you go. So there's a screenshot of that right there. Coconut, pineapple coconut rum cake. And so I guess here we go. Oh, they're both down to one to go. Here we go. Yeah, you guys gonna have to wait now. Keep you in suspense. You try it? Oh, it's gonna be a little tough to tell if I can taste any of the alcohol. I mean, it's 80 proof though. That stuff. So. Mm. I'm sure you guys want to watch me eat food. Yeah, it's good. It's moist. All right, here we go. Moist pineapple coconut rum cake. Here we go. She said, "What vanilla did you use?" No vanilla. The dump cake, whatever that means. I-24. I should know that. I watch all these cooking shows with her. I-24. I-24. One to go here. One to go. That's down to the wire here with these two. Down to the wire. Who's going to pull it off? Here's 1 second, guys. I-24. Oh, she said she can taste the rum? Oh. Okay. So weird. Floating head in that picture there. That's funny. All right. Gotcha. Okay. She said gotcha. All right. I-24. I almost hitting every number here. Here we go. 061. 061. So we're at 25 letters, 25 calls already. No activity. Wah, wah, wah. All right. 061. Here comes the next number. N34. N34. I'm wondering. It's not as sweet though. So Did you, huh? Oh, you haven't given it to him? All right, here we go, folks. All right. Now, these are not the numbers that I'm looking for. I'll play next time. Have to catch up on the Mandalorian. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, we were all over the place in the Mandalorian. Nia, I think we were watching. What was the one we were watching? Obi-Wan. Yeah, I don't know even what we're paying Apple Disney TV Plus for because we don't fucking watch, huh? Oh, she watched Hamilton the other day. Okay, why don't you just buy the DVD and save me the $100? All right, so no worries, Nia. All right, next time. All right, here we go, and don't forget, we got to catch up soon. I got to give you that thing from Just Rum. N41, N41, N41. Okay, what's May? What's next? April. That's right. Yeah, Saturday will be. Yeah, actually, tomorrow's my mom's birthday. So happy birthday early, Mom. So I did send her something. So um, hopefully she gets it tomorrow. Hopefully it arrives. N41. No spoilers, but Mando is really good this week. Uh oh. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. So I'm confused. Greg, have you made, or Sean, have you made that that Yoda drink or the green one I see all over? Oh, this is going up from $7.99. All right, Ron. She's called bingo, so let's check the card. Are you good, Ron? You calling bingo? Did you get it too? All right, let's check this card here. All right, let's see, folks. Oh, Siri. All right, let's check this card here. Let's see. What do we got? And I guess the blue is on the last one, right? So right across the board there, we have a winner. All right, winner, chicken dinner. Call 27. That's it. So she needed N41. All right, so congrats. You almost got it a couple ways there. So you almost got a two-way. Not a three-way, but a two-way. So yeah, so congrats, Siri, there. So congrats, Siri, for winning this month's bingo there. So we'll get this stuff out to you. Hopefully, I can get this out to you as quick as I sent, quicker than the last stuff I sent out to you. But yeah, so appreciate it again. So again, if you guys are still hanging in there, if you want to play, next month we'll put the date up there. Trying to make sure I lock down a date to kind of give you guys some time. Again, if you want to play, just Cash App it, or you don't have to Cash App for whatever you want to just send something for whatever reason to support the show. Hit that Cash App there at the bottom there, or right there on the screen. Just take your camera, zoom it, hit it, and then if you want to send them to what support the show, that'd be awesome. I appreciate again all the love and support. Or if you want to become the Patreon member, there's been some stuff that Ron and Siri will tell you. They've been getting access to. They've seen some behind the scenes stuff. They've been finding out some things. They learned about the trip to Oregon before anyone else did. I think even before Charlene did, and yeah. So again, that's just kind of grow some of that. Try to build some content out there on Patreon that makes it somewhat interesting. Again, I know I'm a little bit eclectic. I'm not so much of a rum thing, and I'm not so much of the drums thing, music. But I did post some of that behind the scenes stuff there from the show with the Coco Rum guys there the other night. There they saw. So I got some other stuff I got to work on too for the show. But yeah, real quickly, I want to give big shout outs here to everybody here on you're seeing passing through on our scrolling little shout outs there on the upper right here. Yep, right there. To the Rum Posse there, Nia, they're my Rum Posse. She was in the chat there. Big shout out. Follow Nia and all of her stuff there. Also check out the Just Drinking guys, Just Ready Set Rum, and the River Pirate there. Also, our good friends at the House of Wine, Beer, and Spirits there. I think there's actually a spirits festival this tomorrow or Saturday there. Also, Sandy Bottle Sips there. If you're in West Palm Beach, they're great wine selection. They'll help you pick out some things. They're a boutique store. Also, our good friend Brad there at Jams and Coffee and the Jams and Cocktails show. Jams and Cocktails is every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. So definitely go out and give him some love. If you're following me, go ahead and please follow him. Again, Brad and I are working on some content I think I've told you guys about. So definitely give Brad some love. He gives him some follows too. Again, we're both trying to get to that 1,000 mark. It is a big deal to get that 1,000 mark. Again, spread the word. Tell other people to help subscribe to the YouTube channel. It only helps us grow. It is a big deal because advertisers, sponsors, they look at that kind of stuff. As much as I know people think it's all bullshit, it is a big deal because that's all people look at and say, well, who do you have looking at your content? I mean, it's a big thing. And get to 1,000 is a thing. I'm not looking to make money off the YouTube, monetization, because you really don't make a whole lot, especially when you're even only 1,000, 2,000. It's until you get up to like 10,000, and I'm okay not getting there yet, but at least if we got at least to 1,000 subscribers there, that's a big deal because again, some of these sponsors that we're working with, the brands, etc., that's something that they look at and they can say that you do have a following, and can help sponsor the show in advertising like that because you do have some visibility and so forth. But again, check out everybody, the Rum Posse. Like I said, our friends over at House of Beer, Wine, and Spirits. There, we got to catch up with Mario. We haven't done anything with Mario in a while, so I think I'm gonna have to plan a show with him soon. It's been a while. Also, Sandy Bottle Sips, like I said, our good friends Chuck and Martha down there in West Palm Beach. There, give them a shout if you're local. And also our good friend Brad Brock at the Jams and Cocktails and the whole Destruction crew over there, the JNC podcast show. Again, appreciate it. I know it was a little bit long tonight, and I know we went over a half an hour again. I appreciate everyone for tuning in, hanging out with me, listening to a crazy story, Florida man story, about the Keys thruple. We made some cocktails tonight, which was great. We had some coconut pineapple rum cake tonight. Hung out with you guys tonight. I'm back in the studio, so I'm really great. I feel like I'm a little bit more in my element. And again, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night. Have a great Friday Eve, and tomorrow's Friday. So one day closer to the weekend. Have a great weekend, y'all. Thanks. Yeah.